chatting.
And I always ask her to do this. If you would put the microphone like between you.
Okay.
It'll pick up pretty well either way.
Sure.
It's an amazing little thing.
Everything is small.
So, first of all, tell me your names and spell them, please.
Sure. Alexis Blaine, Alexis Blane.
Okay.
Peter Rudebeck, Peterrudebeck.
Okay. And what brought you down here and has caused you to be here for a rather extended warm season?
Give me just a second, kiddo, okay?
Why?
Because we're talking to Mr. Steve. Do you want to come sit with us?
He's dangerous. You gotta watch
Be
him.
very careful of the
Yeah.
camera. Good
All
job.
right.
Here, do you want to sit up here?
I'll sit here.
Okay.
Even prettier. Okay, so tell me what circumstance caused you? I mean, this is obviously a family circumstance, but what happened that led y'all to spend most of the warm season here this year?
Well, the pandemic happened, and we're based in Brooklyn, and so we were in our 1,000 square foot apartment, which is very generously sized for New York and well located, but we were bouncing off the walls and off of each other. And so my folks have this place in Blowing Rock where we've often spent time, and which we love. And so after a very brief negotiation with them on the phone, we packed up a rented minivan and aimed ourselves south via all of Virginia, and got here. And really, it was the opportunity to have some more space for the kids, to have some outdoor space that was theirs, that they could play in alone without worry about running into other folks, and for us to have like a door we could close when we needed to work, which we don't have in our place, between us and the rest of the family.
So, what was New York? We all saw in the news. It looked like a pretty hectic time there.
Yeah, catastrophe is a good idea.
Yeah, to be kind. So what was your experience? I mean, you knew what you were going to see in Blowing Rock to an extent, but had you planned to come and stay until things calmed down, or what was your thought?
I think we'd packed for about a few weeks, and then it just kept going.
Yeah, we've been working sort of weeks to weeks. Escort me.
Yeah, we were going to leave like about Tuesday, but unfortunately my little brother got sick, so we couldn't.
But yeah, no, we came without a great deal of a plan. I think we imagined a month maybe at the outside, and it's now been 4.5. But fortunately, other than finally getting to put away our winter jackets in about mid-May, it's been great. We've acquired a summer wardrobe at the outlets, or on Amazon. We've had to learn that it takes about 2 more days for Amazon Prime to get here, but it does get here. But yeah, so we've had to beef up our wardrobe, but also, we've learned a lot about the local area that I think we wouldn't have learned. Been a lot of places and hiked a lot of places that we wouldn't have otherwise seen.
And you were both working professionals, and what was your employment?
Buddy, hang on. Buddy, you can't touch this right now, okay?
That's the
Because that's the
microphone.
microphone. But if you want to talk.
It will talk to
So
you.
we think there's a virus in Brooklyn, but we're not very sure.
Oh man.
Like
you don't want
COVID-19
to be
or
at the virus, do you?
Like COVID-19 or something. I don't know.
Well, at least you know what they call it. That's pretty sharp. How old are you? 5? Okay.
Where did you have your birthday?
Here.
Is this a pretty good place to have a birthday? Yeah.
My dad has one too here.
Really?
Yeah.
And who else had a birthday while we were here?
Your dad gave up getting older. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
And once you
So,
get to a particular age, it doesn't
Our
count anymore.
grandfather.
Oh yeah.
3, I think.
3 birthdays, that's right. It's a pretty good place to have cake.
All right, so
Sorry, so you were saying.
I guess I'm trying to get a sense of what you were not escaping, but avoiding in as far as the situation there, and were you able to keep your professions going in the process?
I think it's been really interesting for both of us because both of us would have told you in February that we had jobs that couldn't be done remotely. And hang on just a second, okay, let me finish the question, okay? Then it could be your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, in February we would have both told you we had jobs that couldn't be done remotely. But I think we have learned, and a lot of companies have learned, that isn't really the case, at least for some period of time. So I'm a lawyer, I work for the city of New York. We had no work from home policy as an organization of 400,000 employees. And then we went to basically everybody works from home unless you have a job that just physically can't be done outside the office. And so I think we as an employer, as a huge employer, and one that was behind on a technological front, because the government usually is, have really learned that there is a lot that can be done remotely. And I've been able to work very successfully from here.
Good. How about you? Did you
So
find a way to continue?
I run a scientific research lab, so it was a much harder thing to do remotely. But as Alexis was saying, actually, yeah, I would have thought it was impossible, and actually, it's not completely. There are definitely some things that I need to do in person, but a lot of it can be done remotely. In fact, I'll be teaching later today. So, some things that I do, we can definitely do online, some things we can't. But we've managed to make it work. At least we managed to keep it going. At least I have. But at some point, I need to go back.
What have you communicated back to your coworkers and folks that you communicate with back in New York about the circumstance here and what you do and what you're able to do?
Well, we try really hard. Okay, you go first.
You go first.
I think that a lot of people are getting sick, but it's actually getting better.
Artem, what would you tell your friends about Blowing Rock?
Well, so see, we have a town where my little brother just went inside it.
What's good about being here?
The trees.
Mm. Yeah, we try not to show our coworkers the view out the window when we're on video calls because it's just mean, generally.
Yeah.
But I think. Okay, bud. But I think the internet connectivity has been very good generally. The cell phone service is a little spotty, but you can fix that, I think. But no, the internet connectivity has been really good, and it's let me do everything I could have done from my apartment in New York.
Do you have any pets or something?
Do what now?
Pets.
Okay, Brian, let us finish talking, okay? And then you can ask Mr. Steve all your questions, I promise,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Less stressful lifestyle?
Yes, with the caveat that working from home with your children in the house is not a set of stressors we really anticipated. But I think in general, slightly slower pace of life, more space, fresh air. We've loved sort of getting into nature, which is just so easy here and is something that's harder to do at home. We bought a hiking backpack and we've trucked them up and down every hike we can find off the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I think generally less stressful.
Yes. Yeah.
People keep complaining about traffic in Boone, but there's no traffic in Boone.
Yeah, there's no traffic in Boone.
We just have a very different view.
Yeah.
Yeah, we complain about it, but I've been places where they have real traffic, so yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the only other difference is we live in an apartment and there are shops nearby, so you can, if you forget something, you just walk out the door. There it is. Here it's, I got to get in the car. It's just different.
Yeah. On the other hand, we don't have room to store anything there, and here we've got
Correct.
plenty
Yes.
of space. So
Yeah.
trade-offs.
Okay. Family dynamic. Obviously working with consultants.
Co-workers.
Yeah.
Hi, Tony, co-worker. You want to come? No? Okay.
I think it's been good for us. I think had we tried to do the same thing in Brooklyn, we would have all been significantly less happy. Just the space, the fresh air, the fact that, you know, she has conceived and built a birdhouse with her grandfather. We've gotten to know all the local hummingbirds and the bunny that lives at the bottom of the yard.
We grew carrots.
We grew carrots and zinnias and marigolds, just things that weren't available to us there because of resource constraints or space constraints. Even if you've got to be trapped with a 5 and a 2-year-old for your coworkers, this has been a place that's made it possible to do that and stay sane and maybe even proffer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's been really good for all of us, and the kids have also gotten to spend a lot of time with their grandparents, and that has just been a real blessing and a bonus that we didn't anticipate.
So has it changed your family dynamic? This is my wife, the psychologist, asking
Right.
this question.
Maybe. I will say, you know, it's certainly working from home during the pandemic has very much helped everything be egalitarian.
Yeah.
I think it was before.
Yep.
Um,
It's also, I mean, with the two of them growing and developing, it's kind of sometimes tricky to figure out what's the change in dynamic and what's them just getting bigger and,
he's squirmy.
you know.
Maybe the biggest change is that these guys have spent a lot of time playing together in the absence of other kids.
Squirmy.
You are squirmy. Come here, squirmy. Yeah, that these guys have gotten to be really good friends and playmates. Partly he's gotten older, but they've also just spent a lot of time with each other as their peers.
Did I ask their names?
Oh, this is Gabriel,
Gabriel, okay.
and you are?
Arden.
Here, take a finger up there.
Arden.
Arden, yeah, that's right, I did. 'Cause
Gabriel.
You're the town.
Gabriel, can you
We
tell
have-
Mr.
we
Steve,
have-
how old are you?
We have the angel.
I'm 2.
You're 2?
When's your
Wow.
birthday?
March.
March.
So did you turn,
March 2nd.
March 2nd, that's right.
did you have your birthday here?
Nope.
No? You got older and then came here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Things that you didn't expect
Baby Bo's
that
gonna
you
come.
would experience here.
Baby
What
Bo
was
is
the
gonna come.
do what?
Baby Bowie's here. We had a new cousin yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's exciting.
So things that what was surprising to you, I guess, about coming here and finding yourself in this circumstance?
Surprising. I mean, I think actually it was a little surprising to me. We had come to Blowing Rock previously as a vacation spot. So we would come down for the 4th of July week, or we'd come for Thanksgiving, sometimes even. So we had not tried to live here full time. And I think we found it very livable. We have found, we found the sort of things that you need when you are in a place longer, not just the grocery stores, but the curbside pickup at Michael's so we can get more art supplies so the kids can paint, hopefully not on the walls, but on the paper. And, some outlets for the kids and some playgrounds and just those sorts of things that make everyday life a bit easier. We've been to Bass Lake so long that we've watched a whole generation of ducklings grow up.
True.
They're upstairs, buddy. But I think that surprised me because I thought of it as a sort of almost a resort town, but it is actually a very easy place to run a real life as well.
Yeah.
As long as you don't try to park downtown on Friday at 4:30 p.m. But even then, we've learned where the parking spots are that are still free.
Yeah, and they're 3 hours from 3-hour parking. And I don't think they were checked.
Yeah. Arden, what surprised you about coming to Blowing Rock? What did you not expect?
I did not expect driving in the car
To drive in the car so much? Do you like it?
for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, we had to get here. What about being here? Uh-oh.
Nothing really.
No. But you had fun.
have you enjoyed being in Blowing Rock?
Yeah. Has it been fun to be with Josh and Bob?
What do you miss most about your home in New York?
Well, I have a bed there that I really like.
Although, point of order, isn't your bed bigger here? You usually tell me you miss your friends. Is that what you miss the most? Yeah. Yeah, we did find, we found some summer camp opportunities to send the kids to, which was great, and they made friends here as well, which was really nice. Where did you go to summer camp?
Mountain Pathways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Boone.
Yeah, I know those folks. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else they?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have no continuity of shot with little people in and out.
You know, yeah,
I'm sure they can take care of it in post.
yeah, post production. Well, actually, you know, they're precious. I mean, they're as much of the story. Because,
It's real life, huh, kiddo?
Yeah, it definitely is. Any thoughts of, you know, a takeaway from here? What are you going to miss when you get back to New York?
Well, so we have some like toys here that I might miss. I really like playing with them.
Yeah. What else, kiddo? What are you gonna miss doing, or places you're gonna miss going?
To the town, to the lake in town.
To the lake in town. It's a good lake.
And I'm afraid they're going to wait till you leave to open that beautiful.
They are. We
playground.
have watched the progress with great interest. I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss the space and the silence. We have some very loud mourning doves who hang out around here. I don't know that I'm gonna miss them, but in general, the bird song, and just that sort of that chance to kind of
chilly,
step
Mom.
outside and take a deep breath.
Your-
That is a little harder to come by.
Mom,
in
your
New York.
feet are chilly.
Okay, well, let me finish talking. My feet are chilly. Yeah, so that sense that ability to step outside and take a deep breath, that is a lot harder to come by in the urban jungle of New York.
Okay,
But your
Feel
feet are
your
all
toe.
warm, huh?
feel your toe.
I don't need to feel my toes. They're attached to me. I can feel them just fine, thank you.
Okay, let's see. I had a brilliant question and it went.
Oh, sorry. We do
No,
we do that to people.
That's not a problem. That's-
So, like, spending a lot of time here. We thought we were gonna go back Tuesday to see some friends, but if
Are you gonna
they
miss?
say
Are you gonna
on
miss spending time with your grandparents?
Monday, then we're gonna go straight back to Brooklyn. It's just gonna be 10 hours in the car.
This is
and
true.
I think that was what I was thinking of. What about the greater family dynamic? Is it your parents?
It's my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, obviously, they got to spend a lot of time with grandkids, and what do you think? Has that dynamic changed?
Yeah, I think so. All for the better. In that they've, it really was a blessing because we never would have, given how far apart we live, had a chance for them to spend this much time with the kids and really integrate into all parts of their lives in the same way and go from being, beloved but occasional physical presences to really, one sort of functioning extended family unit for 4 months now. And I think it's been good for everybody. It knocks the sheen off a little bit. So the grandparents can't always spoil you. Although, where do your grandparents like to take you to get treats in the afternoon sometimes?
Blue Deer.
Blue Deer has become the grandparental bribery of choice. But but no, it's been wonderful. We could never have anticipated it. And Arden and her grandfather have built 6 or 8 woodworking projects, and Gabriel and his grandmother have bowled around the house and done all kinds of entertaining things. And we've got a Saturday routine where the boys play golf and we take the kids to Stick Boy Bakery in Durham Park. And so I just think just making those memories and sort of having that physical presence because we do a lot of Skype, but it's just not quite the same. It's been really great.
Yeah, I understand that. So, one of the things that I'm wondering, this is the bigger picture takeaway, I guess, from pandemic, is I just wonder if we have discovered things that we would incorporate as a permanent way of working, permanent way of life. Have you had any thoughts on what this might change for you in your work?
I think both of us had been very focused on New York as the place where it was natural for us to be at this point in our careers. I think it has given us a really good opportunity to step back and say, there are lots of things that we love about New York, and it's a city that we love, and it's people that we love, and I work for the city because I love those people and what it does. But it has just given us an opportunity to step back and sort of think about what the advantages are elsewhere and whether the balance might at some point shift as to where at a certain point in our lives and careers and our kids' lives it makes most sense to be as a family.
It just is interesting to me that one of the first things that we noticed in the Charlotte market was that all of a sudden the skies cleared. There was obviously much less traffic, but yes, a lot of jobs were impacted, but a lot of jobs went home.
Yep.
And it changed the way that we looked at work and school and all the other.
You're gonna scoop me.
All the other things that we were doing.
I'm scooping my toes.
Okay, carry on.
But anyway,
I did take a shower.
Is there anything
You didn't get me.
that I mean, between me and the Civic Association, we don't think of everything. Is there anything that you would like to communicate about, this circumstance and this experience?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the other thing that we haven't talked about is the fact that in a place like this, a town this small, when you're getting a lot of people from outside, I think it could have been very easy to feel unwelcome.
Yeah.
And while we did, when we first got here, obviously New York was the epicenter at the time, so we kind of quarantined in situ for a couple of weeks. But my experience has been that the people are just extremely friendly and extremely willing to sort of open up and take you at face value and help. And we've had, we've found babysitters from the local community, and we've found people willing to give us their babysitters' names, which is a hugely generous thing to do as parents, especially in these times. And so I think that's been one of the things, is just that the folks are so friendly that it was much easier than it could have been.
Mama.
Your marbles are, I think, they over with the...
They're in the egg.
In the blue egg, bud.
Yeah, we may not be Mayberry, but we try hard.
Well...
So like, he's been up here for like since March or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Long time. Communicating, we might go back Monday or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
It'll be a whole different view of New York City, won't it? After being
busy,
blowing
so
up.
busy. A lot of different apartments in there.
Mm-hmm.
How many floors does it go up to?
Our building?
Yeah.
16.
Wow.
We're on number 5.
You're number 5. Okay.
Go back to living in the sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, that was quite insightful. What other insights that
Other unexpected things?
Definitely
So, like, Daddy.
Think hard about your answer. Think about one thing that either you have really liked about Blowing Rock, or something that was different than you thought it would be,
Okay. Think about that, and then after Danny answers, it'll be your turn. Okay.
I think one of the things we've really enjoyed doing is kind of exploring around Blowing Rock. As I think, as Alexis said, we have only ever come here as kind of for holiday before, and so the extra time we've had here, when it's not raining sideways or we're living in a cloud, has allowed us to get out and really explore all the kind of various different parks, hikes, places to get really good food. It's also been one of the really fun things to do around here, kind of just exploring and seeing what's around. It's been really lovely, been really surprising, driving into some of the secluded valleys around here and having a look around and making it to parts of Grandfather Mountain and seeing waterfalls over at Lindville. It's been a really fun experience. Certainly, as someone not from around here, getting to see more of kind of North Carolina and the bits of North Carolina that don't always kind of make it into all the brochures, has been really fun, as well as meeting more of the people as well. So.
Okay,
so
your turn.
I didn't expect that we were gonna drive 10 hours in the car, but really like about 10 hours.
Yeah, I will say when we got here, the kids had never been to a drive-through fast food restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So now they know about Wendy's in Boone. So, there are lots of things for everybody to learn when you come from a more urban environment.
Most everything is walking or taking a public transit or whatever in New York. And
Mama, I'm gonna.
we don't have a lot of that.
No.
Now Boone, we got free bus service. So,
Yeah.
But we also have a 20,000 student university. So
Yeah.
there goes that.
We'll put that down.
Okay, I think we have
What you
wonderful
thinking?
insights and ideas,
Mhm.
and I got bad news for you. It's still 10 hours back.
Yeah.
Yep. Alas.
Yeah, it is.
Can I ask some questions?
Yes, ma'am. You can ask all the questions you want.
So, do you have any pets?
I have a big standard poodle.
What's a
Just a little poodles you've seen like this. Mine is about this tall.
And it has the really curly hair.
Yeah.
Really curly. She's got white
that
hair.
poodle might be even bigger than me.
If she is actually bigger than you, but she's a sweetheart. We rescued her. She was in a breeder.
What's a breeder?
They put doggies together and get new doggies.
Yeah, so she had a not good home, and now they've given her a really good
Yeah,
home.
they actually the police had to come and get the doggies away from these people. We had another standard poodle at the time, and
Girl, boy.
So why did the police
Maybe,
have to
maybe
do
just
that?
5'2".
because they were not treating the doggies nicely.
How did they treat the dog?
Our dog was in a crate for 6 months.
It's great.
Yep, a
Like
crate.
a cage.
Yeah.
Cage. And when we got her home,
Gavroche.
she ran in our front yard, just ran and jumped for months. It was a joy to watch, but it also was.
So, where's your other poodle? Or
Our other poodle died. She was old, and we've
how
had
old?
16.
Wow, that's
No,
pretty old for a
actually,
dog.
she was 17 when she died.
It's old for a dog.
Yeah, she was on up there, but she was a
So
real
how
smart.
old's your other poodle?
Well, our current poodle, it will be 14 on Halloween, so we keep them for a long time. Poodles' lifelines are about 12 or 13 years, and I guess we're good for them or something because we keep them for a long time.
It's all that fresh air and altitude.
That's what it is. That's
Do you
what
want
it
to come sit?
So, like, how do you know that the town's like that I'm named after a town? Where's the town?
The town that is Arden in North Carolina is right near Asheville, And there's a camp there called Camp Luther Ridge, and when I was a little older than you, I used to go every year to Camp Luther Ridge in Arden, North Carolina.
So, what's Camp Luther Ridge?
It's like a sleepaway camp, I think.
It's a Lutheran camp. Yeah, for
So, like, you sleep in a tent?
oh yeah, you stay there for a week.
You
And,
might have a cabin.
yeah, they have pools and lakes and all kinds of activities to do. It's a fun place. It's a real fun place. I have lots of good memories.
So, like,
Maybe, kiddo, maybe one more question from Mr. Steve,
Yep.
okay?
how do you drive to Asheville?
I get in a car, and from here I go through Boone and down a highway called 221, and then we get on I-40, and then we go up to the top of another mountain and turn on Highway 25, and we're
You know how to get-
we're in Arden.
221 is how we went through Boone, is how we went to Apple Hill Farm with
That's
the
right.
alpacas.
Yep. Oh, I bet that was fun.
Yeah, Arden, how many alpacas did we see? I don't know, but what else did we see there as well?
Hours.
Gabriel, did you see some alpacas?
Alpacas.
Yeah? And what else did you see, buddy?
Llamas.
Uh-huh. And what else did you see? Who did you feed?
Did you feed giraffes?
You're funny. No.
What did you feed?
Llamas.
You fed llamas. What about?
Did you feed some goats?
Yeah, do you feed goats?
Yay! I found something under this chair.
Oh man, I always find treasures in
What
when I
did you
look under
find, kiddo?
cushions.
SpongeBob.
Oh, speaking of Wendy's. Do you guys know who that is?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
SpongeBob
Gabriel, are you inside the chair?
I found my mouse inside my little couch.
Okay.
Mama, Gabe, where are your marbles? They're all gone.
Oh man, they're all gone.
We might have to look under that other leg. Jump. Jump, jump.
Hey, buddy, be careful.
Let's not put them back.
Okay. Do you want it back?
I think this is the epitome of exuding cuteness.
Bye.
Just as long as their grandmother doesn't know that we flipped
Yeah.
up the cookies.